And all of a sudden, luck, providence, gives us the opportunity to have 27. It's something that will give everybody joy. So I was deliberate, I was intentional in reaching out. I was intentional in reaching out to them to come and join us. But they didn't come. And I said to Nigerians, and I want to say again, I want people to help us to send this message, that would have counted this joy, all joy, that we had 27 members who had decammed from another party to our party. In other words, we should have been holding the sway. We should have been holding the fort at the assembly. We tried to hold them, they refused. And the young men and women, we didn't know that they had their own political gimmick. And the other thing we hear is that, because they saw them in television with Nigeria, with the APC flag, please, I don't know whether if before you here now, I'll fly an American flag and fly. I'm not born of this, and I say I am an American. Even if it were possible outside politics, but in politics it's impossible. It's impossible because we have this cliche, or rather we have this local things that we say in local parlance. Say all politics is local. Nobody goes to the camp to a political party at the national. Yes, it could be highly placed, national will receive you, but you are directed back to your ward. In fact, the ward will now lead you to the unit so that you are registered as a member of the political party. So, none of them, nobody, all of these months, bring it. It can't be here now. That's not... I'm sorry. Now, what makes a member of a political party is clear. You are registered. For instance, the party had agreed, and in few weeks, we shall go back to the trenches. What I mean the trenches is that we shall go and begin to interface with our supporters at the unit. The party had agreed on what they call the e-registration exercise. And it's well thought of. It's well thought about. Okay? Because the ideological underpinning behind that was, look, we had, or we claim to have XYZ number of members. And then we had an election, only 9 million out of 44. So how are we sure? So the national chairman and the National Working Committee thought it wise that we should actually know who are members of the All Progressive Conference, which of course will include the registration guidelines and all that, which I am not able to say here because I don't have the powers to do so. Okay, so why are they doing that? Is to be able to ascertain who is the member of a party and who is not a member of a party. In all of these rigmarole, or the gamut of rigmarole on the matter, nobody has told us or have shown a proof that Mr. A, an assembly member A, came within that period, the interregnum period, and registered in their unit as a member. That's what qualifies you. And I have said in local parlance, even in our local district, you can't be a member of the media. Take it now. When you do not have the qualifying grades and you are not enrolled. Me, every day I tell people that I am an associate member. Is it also the word that you associate? But if I come to NUJDC, you will not agree. You say I'm not a member, not Mr. Elder. But I'm an associate member. So please, these are the two reasons we call. One, to still tell Nigerians that the 27 assembly members led by Right Honorable Martins Chike Amewule never defected to the All Progressives Congress. They never did. And what you see, or what people flaunt on the televisions and social media, they cannot put some plausible arguments to them. The law, again, I'm told, is not about emotions. The law is not about what? Emotions. The law is as strict as it is. Otherwise, if you begin to bring emotions into law, then there will be no law anymore. It means that if your father is a member of a court of appeal or something, and you have a matter there, and the matter is a bad matter, for reason of sentiment or for reason of emotion or whatever, you go and upturn a thing that has become trite. In law, they say there are issues that are trite. What is it? What does that mean? Trite issues are issues that are settled over years. You cannot change them. Just like you know that, you and I know that there is always a tomorrow. You can't change it. Tomorrow will come. So that's one. The second one is to tell Nigerians that our governor is in business of infracting the rule of law. And that we do not know the end result of it. Except that the dangerous aspect of it may be that people will resort to self-help. If I know that this is my right, this one belongs to me, and for whatever reason you think you have this jackboot mentality, you say no, I will find another means to get my phone. So please, and please, and please again, the era of strong man's morality, I have immunity, I do not have immunity, and all that, they are all gone. The law has taken the place. There's no way a high court can sit in judgment over a superior court of appeal. There's no way the high court will sit in appeal on a matter that has been decided by the federal high court. It is not done. But we are seeing that every day, every now and then. Don't be surprised. We hear that there is a matter in Supreme Court. Don't be surprised that Supreme Court might come out with it, and then a judge is already waiting to tell you how the Supreme Court said this. And then profound people you think that are profound lawyers in this country will come and begin to dance naked. Because, of course, you have opened the floodgates to siphon rivers' funds. But they begin to speak from their legs, not even from their heart. So we have seen these scenarios going on in this state, and as a party, we have felt that we should sternly add our voice to the issues. Thank you very much for having us. We are disposed to questions. Yes.
Chairman and the rest, good afternoon. My name is Daniel Abia, and I write for London newspapers. Even some of us, including myself, I am, let me personalize it, very confused about what is going on in the States as a result of what you just said now. I cannot remember the dates, but I know that I was there live at 4 o'clock on a Sunday. And I also know that the National Legal Advisor of APC was there that day. Now, if what happened at 4 o'clock that day is not qualified to be described as a defection, or reception of those 27 lawmakers, then if you cross the divide, is it right for the other anti-party? So should we describe it as anti-party? That those 27 lawmakers actually party in their party, if this cannot qualify to be described as a defection.
There was no intention to host a reception for something that we are not holding. I said to you here that we were inaugurated at the Budget Secretariat in Abuja, and that we needed to now come to Port Harcourt to show ourselves to the party. And it's the reason why we said, look, for doubting Thomases, let us invite some of our leaders from Abuja to come and also speak to our people, to assure them that something had happened. Come on, you're aware that even up till as I speak, some people are saying that they are the parties and that. For two reasons again. The National Legal Advisor came down himself and told the crowd, the APC family, that we have been elected. I mean, we have been appointed to superintend over the affairs of the party. The same thing that the national chairman did. It's never done that the national chairman will bring 16 other members, senior members of the National Working Committee, to go to a state to inaugurate a state executive council. It's never done. But it all happened in Rivers State. The reason was, look, we need to show you your leaders. And I said to you here when we talk, I said, we did not invite those gentlemen as assembly. We invited them as individuals. Recall, they came in their different vehicles. So if anybody says about the PDP and the defection and anti-party, it is the person's cup of tea. But it must be noted that in Rivers State, we have closed the chapter of not belonging to a political party that I belong to, then we are enemies. We have closed that chapter. We are friends. The fact that you are a member of Party A and I'm a member of Party C should not divide or affect our relationship. I'm sure you have been following our events. In other words, we have collapsed to what we call renewed hope family. So renewed hope family, you have people who are non-aligned, who are not even members of the political party. That's what I mean by non-aligned. You have passers-by who support the project of the president and who believe that there is hope at the end of the tunnel. So when all of us meet, we don't even talk about party. Check most events that we have had in these states. I've been invited, and I not only being invited, I'm made to speak. My other colleague from PDP is also made to speak, and others who are not unaligned are invited to speak. That is the spirit we have in Rivers State, not those spirit of anger, bickerings and all that. No. I don't know whether I've taken all your questions. Yes?
Okay, my name is Jimmy Fubara from the Family Law Defense. So this issue of defection, why is it that you're the one always echoing it to people saying that they didn't defect? Why is it not their own problem if they actually do not defect? They should be the ones always calling press and echoing it.
Yes, I should harp on it because people are in the business of selling the wrong trajectory. What people sell to the public is not correct. That's the point we are making. And that's why we are always at every point that we have opportunity to state the matter the way it is. And we have not been contradicted by anybody. I have said many times and again, and we are saying it again today, that we made deliberate attempts. I was intentional. I felt that winning 27 members of assembly will help my cause as a party, as party chairman. I felt so. And so I was intentional about it, visited with them. Some of you will also recall that there was a day we were at the assembly quarters when we were told that the governor was at the verge of destroying the place. We said no. This is Rivers State government money. You have succeeded in destroying the complex. We won't allow you to destroy this one because this one was just built how many years ago? For some of you who are you saw me there and I spoke to you, I spoke to the press. So it is my duty, it is our duty to tell the world who our party member is. Even when they come from the other side, they are, I would even doubt. I'll query it. I'll ask the world chairman, is this man a member of our party or not? So it is our responsibility to tell the world that XYZ person or XYZ person who are claiming to be party members are not. In this case, the 27 assembly members never defected to APC in the manner that we know about. Yes.
On this briefing, 3 issues have been discussed.
Great.
One is the arrogance of the governor not to obey the rule of law. The second is that the assembly members are not members of the party. And the third is your party is going on e-registration. If I get it correctly.
Yes, go ahead.
I want to get what the governor has told that he has not obeyed the rule of law. All right.
From the layman's viewpoint, that you know, I ask the question, does it suffice that a high court sits in judgment, in other words, in appeal over a judgment delivered by the Court of Appeal? Is it done anywhere? No. Now the one in issue, you all know the issues as we speak. A judgment that says this man is a legitimate assembly speaker. His other 26 colleagues are members. Represent your budget to them. And he goes behind and does something different. This is not an infraction that you are dealing with. Out of 27, you have gone left 27 and you are dealing with 3 assembly members. Now, they were scolding at Omotosho judgment. But recently, the same Omotosho gave them judgment on the issue of tenure elongation for chairman. They were celebrating it. It is the issue of pick and choose. But Omotosho gave all this other judgment 15 reliefs. And they castigated the man, they defamed him. But the same man, now, Omotosho, the same judge, had given a judgment that they are all dancing around the streets. Now, they have also agreed They have agreed, the governor and his people. And I'm sure, I'm telling you clearly that they all know, they know. Do I need to call names? But there are senior lawyers in this country that you expect to be profound and sound. But it looks like funds and their pockets are taking over what they should have been doing. This last one that they went all of us, I was in Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, in that matter, gave a decision because they had applied for the withdrawal of a particular section or segment of their matter. And if that withdrawal was strong enough to affect our case, if you know our lawyer very well, J.B. Daoud, he's one of the best in this country. He would have opposed it, but they asked him, he said no, that he's not opposing, but that the matter should be dismissed. And the justices in their wisdom, conferred and also decided that the matter should be dismissed. Because their lawyer was asking, because if you dismiss the matter, you can't bring that matter back to the court. But their lawyer was asking for that it will be struck out. The judge said, no, this matter is dismissed, and gave a cost of 2 million naira apiece. Now, that's why I made this elementary this in here. I say, if you and I are in combat, we are confronting ourselves, and we decide to go to see a sovereign, in the essence of the civil society. Okay? And in that meeting, a judgment is given, and you feel undone. You feel that judgment was not fair to you. And you appeal on the topic in issue to a higher authority. And just before the matter is heard, you also go and withdraw that appeal that you made. So you mean that you're withdrawing a matter at that level had also removed the decision that was made earlier on? The answer is no. Immediately the Supreme Court made that decision. The next day, the governor presented a list, I'm told, of State Service, House of Assembly Service Commission before the three members that are in contention. I don't want to go into the other mathematics of how can 4 persons in a 32 assembly, 3 persons form a quorum. We don't want to go into that. Nigerians and the law will decide if it is proper. The next day after the Supreme Court made that decision, the governor went back to tell you how boisterous and how he likes infracting the rule of law. He went back, submitted lists, 3 persons, and were told that they were screened, and the next day were told that they were sworn in and all that. So these are major infractions. They are major infractions. And we're saying that one of the consequences of disobedience to the rule of law, particularly for those who want to defend the law, is that you are also equipping the other person who has no powers just the same way you have to adopt what they call self-help. And when self-help is introduced in a system, you and I know that it's an invitation to anarchy. Thank you. Finally,